So, how do you take one of the most famous characters on the planet, an icon for almost 100 years, and just start over? It's a massive undertaking. Today, we're going to break down the wild story of how the 2025 Superman film literally rose from the ashes of studio chaos to become this huge cultural moment. Okay, let's just jump right into the big question, because this is what it's all about. This isn't just, making another superhero flick. We're talking about navigating this perfect storm of fan expectations, massive studio shakeups, and the unbelievable pressure of launching an entire cinematic universe from scratch. To really understand this rebirth, you gotta rewind the clock. We have to go back to the tail end of 2022, when the DC film universe was, well, it was in a state of absolute, very public chaos. I mean, the whiplash for fans during this time was just incredible. Think about it. In less than 2 months, you go from celebrating Henry Cavill's big return after that Black Adam cameo to a complete 180. In the middle of all that, James Gunn and Peter Safran come in to take over, and they basically inherit this messy situation where Cavill's return was based on a handshake deal. It was just a dizzying, confusing time that left everybody's head spinning. I know the fan reaction was intense. James Gunn got hit with a massive wave of backlash online, but he stood his ground. He made it crystal clear, saying disrespectful outcry will never, ever affect our actions. The message was simple. The new DC universe was going to be driven by story, not by social media pressure. They were setting a new course, no matter how choppy the waters were. So, with the past officially put to bed, Gunn and Safran got down to the real work, figuring out who their Superman was going to be for a whole new generation. And here's the crucial part. It was all about a fundamental shift in tone. For years, we'd seen a conflicted, kind of deconstructed Superman. Gunn's vision? It was a very deliberate U-turn back to the character's core values. He wanted to tell a story that championed kindness and optimism, to make Superman a genuine symbol of hope again. This one quote from Gunn really says it all. He said he wanted someone you'd want to give a hug. It wasn't just about the jawline or the muscles. He needed an actor who could project this real, genuine warmth. Someone who could be this all-powerful alien, but also a deeply compassionate guy you feel for. And then on June 27th, 2023, the news dropped. The search was over. David Corenswet was our new Man of Steel, and the amazing Rachel Brosnahan was cast as his Lois Lane. And just like that, the foundation for the new DC universe was officially in place. And to truly become Superman, Corenswet went through a serious physical transformation. We're talking an incredible 40 pounds of muscle packed on for the role. That's some serious dedication to embodying the hero's powerful presence. And of course, the suit had to be able to keep up. Corenswet's stunt double, Justin Howell, said the new costume wasn't just for looks. It was built for performance, making it the most mobile suit he'd ever worn. This was a practical suit for a hands-on kind of hero. All right, so with the leads locked in, it was time to build out their world, to create a living, breathing DC universe right from the very start. And I mean, just look at this lineup. It's incredible. You've got fan-favorite heroes like Green Lantern and Hawkgirl, and then iconic characters like Lex Luthor and Perry White. This was never just going to be a Superman movie. It was the birth of a whole universe. Now, naturally, some people worried that having so many heroes might take the focus off Superman, but Gunn addressed that head on. He emphasized that every single character was there for a reason, saying, they fit the story I'm telling. Story always comes first. So these weren't just winks and nods for future movies. They were essential pieces of Clark Kent's story. The production itself was this massive global effort. It all kicked off with super detailed design work. Then the crew jetted off to the freezing landscapes of Norway for the Fortress of Solitude. After that, they turned cities like Cleveland into the iconic metropolis. And here's the smart part. They blocked out a full year for post-production, making sure the special effects would be absolutely flawless. So once the movie was in the can, the next big phase kicked off. A full-scale, worldwide marketing blitz designed to build some serious hype. And let me tell you, it worked. The very first teaser trailer wasn't just a success, it was a phenomenon. It completely shattered records with over 250 million views. It was pretty clear the world was more than ready for a new Superman. And the excitement wasn't just coming from us fans. Frank Grillo, another actor in the DCU, got an early look at the footage, and his reaction says it all. The buzz coming from inside the studio was just as electric as it was from the outside. and the sheer scale of the campaign was just staggering. The Superman brand was everywhere. I mean, you had the stuff you'd expect, like action figures, but then you had Milk-Bone dog biscuits and luxury fountain pens? Superman wasn't just in a movie. He was a global brand, plain and simple. The marketing was also just so creative. They launched this in-universe Daily Planet newsletter, which made fans feel like they were actually living in Metropolis. You combine that with a huge world tour, and you've got this amazing, direct connection with the audience way before the movie even hit theaters. So after years of development, chaos, and nonstop hype, the moment of truth finally arrived. The film was released. And the critics, well, their verdict was crystal clear. The new vision was a home run. The film scored a certified fresh rating, with reviewers just raving about its hopeful tone, its heart, and its dedication to the true spirit of Superman. And audiences showed up in a massive way. The film absolutely blew past expectations, pulling in a staggering $125 million in its domestic opening weekend alone. It was a certified blockbuster, no question about it. And just to put that success in perspective, the film didn't just have a great opening, it went on to beat the entire domestic gross of its 2013 predecessor, Man of Steel. It became the highest-grossing solo Superman film ever in the US market. That's a huge win. Which really brings us to the final big question. After so many years of darker, more cynical hero stories, did this movie's return to genuine optimism and kindness actually set a new blueprint for the whole genre? You know, in an age of so-called superhero fatigue, maybe the biggest takeaway is that hope is the most powerful special effect there is.
From chaos to hope. From uncertainty to a new vision. The complete chronicle of DC Studios' ambitious reboot. Every announcement, every casting choice, every milestone. Follow the entire journey of James Gunn's Superman, from the first announcement to the box office triumph. The definitive timeline of how a legend was reborn. From Steve Eunice, the owner of SupermanHomepage.com, comes the definitive chronicle of 2025's most anticipated superhero film, Beyond the Cape, September 30th on Amazon. The story behind the legend. Subscribe to our free Superman Homepage newsletter and stay in the loop. Go to SupermanHomepage.com/newsletter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell to ensure you don't miss out on any of our new videos.